So I welcome all of you to Kalalgoda English Medium Retreat. It's pretty hot. It's like an oven. Anyway, we can bear this. I think maybe in the evening there could be rain. So we wish that there will be rain. So I think Chandrika also is back after Australian tour. So then we'll start the question and answer session, and we have received a couple of reports, maybe 3 reports. And we'll start the session with 2 reports. Yeah.
Avassarai Bante, Thero Saranai. While walking meditation, do I address any pain or other feelings I get in parts of my body, or go in ignoring those feelings? Thero Saranai.
Actually, it depends on where you are. So if you are capable, now assume that if you are just as a beginner trying to establish mindfulness using walking, on such situation, paying immediately to various other feelings would be difficult. Actually, at the beginning, what's your sort of objective is to establish mindfulness using one of the most prominent sensation. Suppose it may be your touching sensation, very gross touch sensation happens in your foot. So you are simply merely using that and try to establish mindfulness. And once it is fairly successful, then you can pay more attention to various sensations available on your foot, mainly to the soles. Many things are available at the soles. So you can try to recognize those subtle sensations. So that is where very much like your attention is fairly focused, refined, aimed at the soles of the foot. Because that is necessary, because we are very much like learning kind of an exercise where we are trying to aim our attention, precisely locate our attention onto a particular phenomena. So once that is fairly successful, then you can start with recognizing various other sensations, not only what is happening at the soles. As you have mentioned, if there are other feelings available, you can recognize them as well. So you can try, by the way, if even now if you feel that and confident that these feelings are available and you can try that, just go ahead and see whether you can recognize these feelings. There is no harm. Only thing is, if you are not capable, then your mind get scattered. Again, mind get distracted. On such situation, you have to come back to the foot, the gross, prominent kind of a sensation, and establish mindfulness. There won't be a big harm in trying that. So therefore, so you can do it and see. Right.
Report number 2, sitting meditation. Felt air elements all over body. Felt light and very pleasant. Only a few thoughts arose while sitting. Walking meditation. Walked at comfortable pace and noticed ease of walk and deep stillness. Thought arose but could bring back. Noticed ease of letting go of foot while racing. Enjoyed walk. Day to day, served food and sat down. Grateful for dana. Noticed could chew food more.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Noticed could chew food more, like.
Okay, understood. Got it. Okay, may I know who has written it? Okay, I think all right. So basically, if you can continue the practice, in general, in your mind, what is the kind of object you observe in typical life? So you can pass the mic to her a little bit. What I mean is, now say in general, in your life, is mind talking or very silent without much thinking?
Thoughts are a lot less now.
Can you repeat?
Thoughts are a lot less
right.
now.
Not less now. Okay. So this is where we are now very much like trying to enjoy the inner silence. Yes. So more and more we establish in that inner silence, then a different form of understanding starts developing. It is not through logical thinking or reasoning, but this silence, kind of intuitive awareness, sometimes we can say. So that awareness brings us a lot of wisdom. So what we were doing and how we are facing life now. So we were constantly, through our senses, agitating the mind, but now we are reducing that and allowing the mind to calm down, become still. And then we understand, okay, I was doing a kind of a messy thing to my mind. Now only I am healing it. I am allowing it to calm down, to heal. And on such environment, then you can recognize even subtle defilements whenever it happens. Say if through the eye, when I am looking at something, if a certain defilement happens, then since your familiar ground is that unattached, very soft, intuitive awareness, then immediately it will tell you, okay, again, as a result of this sight, a kind of a defilement has arisen, and you may notice that. And it's a matter of recognizing it and let it go and return back to this awareness. So the practice becomes very smooth. So there is nothing much to do. Simply allow the mind to be free. Allow it to play if it wants. Allow it to play if it wants. But you are confident. The mindfulness will recognize it. Mindfulness will indicate you whenever it is playing, whenever it is getting attached. And then it is your duty to, if it is attached, it is your duty to let it go and return back to that equanimity. So it's an ongoing practice. It is not merely sitting, but throughout all our 6 senses. So we are allowing the mind to operate, and depending on this sensual, this contact, then we are continuing our practice. Hope you understood. Yeah, good. So that's all. Then we can wind up the session.
We'll open up for verbal questions.
Yeah.
Okay, please raise your hands. I'll pass the mic if there are any verbal questions.
After staying last month, I came to Kalalgoda. Then after that, I went to a retreat in Mithrigalap only for 3 days. As Swami Hansi said, I just only focus only to my breath. Then when I don't meditate at home. When I'm relaxing also, just sit in a chair, automatically go for the breath when I sit relaxing. For me, I feel like raising up. Those days when I do Vipassana, I can see the breath comes and goes, and like the breath, I feel like going up and take me up. I feel my.
So you are watching the breathing, and
yeah.
that helps, or rather not helps.
Helps me
to go
like,
up.
Yeah, feel me going up.
Right.
Me going up.
Right.
And also sometimes I see not that gold, just a yellow color round comes and
understood. Yes.
It's not that much, very little.
Yeah.
Then without paying attention to that color, that one,
right.
When I stay again to the breath, it goes like emptiness.
Yeah. But I can remember last time you were mentioning that time to time you are able to keep the mind unattached. Are you?
Yeah. That's the name.
So what is the process you use to arrive that state? What is the type? What is the type of vipassana you use to arrive that unattached state?
The breath and body feel. I used to do the body wherever the body feelings comes and breath together. Then
so were you observing various feelings?
Yeah, but I think Swami has to.
I can't remember.
Long.
Yes.
I said then after that lot of emptiness, Swami Hansa said to me to develop it.
Develop observation?
Staying in that state because it's 20 minutes. Swami Hansa asked me to increase it.
Right. So how you arrive at observing various sensations?
Yeah, various sensations as well as the breath. Both together. I use not only the vipassana.
Now, are you able to arrive that state again?
Yeah, Bhante. Okay. Swami Hansa, when Dhammajiva Swami Hansa session whole 1 hour, even after one, my eyes time to time eyes open, time to time eyes open, again goes to that stage, like that. Even everyone has gone out.
So you were there for 1 hour?
More than 1 hour.
More than
I
1
think,
hour.
Yeah.
So during that 1 hour, I mean, what was your feeling like? You were quite comfortable, relaxed?
Yeah, relaxed. And I
Okay.
can even, when I start to settle, it's not sleeping. Now
Right.
I know when it's going to sleep, whether if I'm going to sleep or I'm going to that stage. Even listening to, I don't know, the Swamin Wahanse or Dhammajiva Swamin Wahanse's Dhamma talk, they say, then goes to the breath. When you are going to sleep, goes to the breath and feel the breath thoroughly.
Uh-huh.
I
So
think
I have still a question. Why you are returning back to the breath?
Bhante said to me yesterday, that last month, Bhante said to me,
To you to return back to breath?
yeah, Bhante said now
Yeah.
no need to go back to the body sensation,
Uh-huh.
return to the breath.
Breath?
Yeah, Bhante said, Anapana.
Not necessary, by the way. I mean, if you can, I mean, basically, as we just discussed, are you able to keep the mind unattached? Now, say, for example, if you are able to maintain that state for 1 hour, isn't it available for you now?
What is available?
That state.
Yeah, available, but not always.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm meditating with a Dhammajiva, even today morning with a monk, I'm very happy and it goes very fast. Even the Mitrigala sessions, when I sit with Dhammajiva Swaminatha, it goes straight away. If I do by myself.
So how about putting it? If you are purposely putting your mind there, won't be able to stay at least 5 minutes there?
Which state?
That state, unattached state.
Not at a stretch.
Not at a stretch.
Maybe with a Swamin Wahanse, I can remember Dhammajiva Swamin Wahanse after lunch session, but Dhammajiva Swamin Wahanse sat with everyone. Then straight away, I think I went back to that state without staying anything. After few minutes.
Now you need to do it without Dhammajiva Swamin Wahanse, without Chandaratana Swamin.
Today morning also very fastly went to that state. Today morning when I sit with Chandaratana Swami.
Yeah, I mean try to arrive that state. I mean without any other external assistance. Say how to arrive that. So you need to explore that.
Yeah, that didn't happen without that stage. Little while it goes. Some days it goes. Some days it won't goes.
Fine.
Because
it's a matter of familiarizing that. So now keep a kind of an objective. There may be many different methods to achieve it, to arrive that state, and you can use any of those possibilities, those different methods, and arrive this state and be familiarized there. Just be there.
Yeah, last month with Chandaratana Swamin Wahanse, I felt Chandaratana Swamin Wahanse, now you have scanned whole body. I think Swamin Wahanse whole body, now no need to go back to the body.
Right. And be there.
Just concentrate to
No,
the breath.
not breathing.
I
mean, breathing is another similar kind of object, no? But what I want to emphasize is, now, say sensations or breathing or the various element characteristics or feelings, all these are different phenomena. By observing them, it will develop some kind of wisdom which will pave the way for you to be in that unattached state. So that's a simple technique. So you can use any of these and arrive this unattached state and be familiarized there.
Even with the body sensations?
Whatever the way you can use, but the objective is to arrive this state. And familiarize there.
That was I was doing after I left Sri Lanka in 2019. I was doing that.
The point is, don't spend too much time in the sensations also. I mean, it is not your duty to too much observe these things. Your duty is to simply use these things to develop that moment to arrive this state. And once you are using any of these things, now say previously assume that you have to use these different phenomena for 1 hour to reach this state. Now the development happens. Exactly. So the development happens. Now you don't need 1 hour. Maybe within 15 minutes after kind of an observation of these different phenomena, you arrive this state. And now once you arrive there, try to be there for a long time.
Yeah, long. I think with the Dhammajiva Swami was more than 1 hour. I was in that stage when everyone has gone out. I don't know even the time.
Yeah. So familiarize there. So just make it available for you. Register it in your mind.
Yeah.
So that state,
Even
be familiarized with it.
Okay. Last time I think I got confused. I thought without staying in the Vipassana, just Swami Hansa said I have done all these things and stay in the breath. I felt like that. No,
not at all.
Okay, right. Just okay. But I have to again start with the breath.
It depends. I mean, now, if you are confident, you don't need to go back even to the breath. You can simply watch the mind. So allow various thoughts to happen, and you are watching how they are coming and going, and going. And ultimately, you may sort of again get that state after all these thoughts pass away.
Yeah.
And now no thoughts.
How about these lights and things comes?
Okay, did that.
Okay.
Because
try to go to that state. Yeah.
That unattached state is the very much the objective or your say primary concern. Okay. Different lights and all these things are some additional things which are not necessary right now.
I know that. Yeah, because Mantri, now in Sri Lanka I was meditating for a Mitrikal, and here that's that I could go to that stage very fast, even with the Dhammajiva. But when I go back, I don't have the chance to do like this. Past days, many.
But as much as you are here, just familiarize with it. Okay. Register it in your mind properly. Yeah. Then so that it won't leave you. You know that it's available for you.
Okay, establish that state
exactly
as I can.
Yeah.
Okay, if I feel the body sensation, just see that it's okay.
No, body sensations are only used to arrive here. And while they are, don't go back here.
Yeah, never go.
No
back,
need.
Never go back.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Okay, there's another question. Thero Sanai.
Gauraniya Swamin Wahanse, can I ask my question in Sinhala?
Fine. Yeah.
Swamin Wahanse, mama සාමාන්‍යයෙන් භාවනා කරනවා විවේක ලැබෙන විදිහට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මට පුළුවන් මේ ආනාපාන සති භාවනාව කියන්නේ අවධානය යොමු කරගෙන ඉන්න ඒ වෙලාවේදී මගේ මේ සුව පහසු බවක් දැනෙනවා ඇඟට ඊට පස්සේ චිතුවිලියේමත් අඩුයි ඒ සුව පහසු ඉරියව්වෙම මට ගොඩ වෙලා ඉන්න පුළුවන් එහෙමම තමයි මම ඉන්න කැමති නමුත් ඔබ වහන්සේ දැන් කමටහන් සුද්ධ කරන අනිත් අයට කිව්වනේ ඇඟේ තියෙන වෙනත් සෙන්සේෂන්ස් දිහා බලන්න එහෙම කියලා එහෙම මට දැනෙන්නේ නැහැ.
දැන් මෑණියෝ කොච්චර කල් භාවනා කරනවද?
මම දැන් අවුරුදු 1කමාරක් විතර දවසට පැය භාගයක් පැයක් විතර වගේ භාවනා කරනවා. සක්මනත් කරනවා.
හරි.
සක්මනේදී ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ මට පියවර යන්න පුළුවන් ඒ අවධානයෙන්ම.
හරි.
එතනින් එහාට මට
අවධානයෙන් යන එක විතරයි තාම කරන්න
පුළුවන් ඒ ටික විතරයි.
දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ කොනේ ඉඳන් එහා කොනටම අවධානයෙන් යන්න පුළුවන්ද? හිත එහෙම දුවන්නේ නැද්ද?
දුර බෑ. ඒ උනාට අඩි 10ක් 15ක් මට පුළුවන් අවධානයෙන් යන්න.
තව දියුණු කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන ඉඳන් එහා කෙළවරටම යනකම් හොඳ අවධානයෙන් යන තරමට දියුණු කරන්න. ඊළඟට හැරෙන එකත් හොඳට අවධානයෙන් එන්න. හැරෙන්න. එන එකත් හොඳට අවධානයෙන් ඒ වැඩේ කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ හොඳට නිකන් අපි තුල හොඳ විශ්වාසයක් ගොඩනගනකම් දැන් හිත එහෙම හදුවන්නේ නැහැ. සෑහෙන කීකරු වෙලා තියෙනවා. මාත් එක්කම දැන් හිත ඉන්නවා මේ සක්මනේ එක්කම හිත තියෙනවා කියලා. ඒ මේ විශ්වාසය ගොඩනගනකම් අපි දිනු කරන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට පුළුවන් දැන් මොනවද මේකේ ඊට අමතරව මට පේන්නේ නැත්තම් දැනෙන්නේ කියලා හොයලා බලන්න. මුලදී අපි හොඳට ප්‍රධානව දැනෙන එකක් දෙකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා කමක් නැහැ. අර සතිය පිහිටුව ගන්න. හිතන්න අපි දැන් පාදයේ පොළවේ වදිනකොට හොඳට ගොරෝසුට දැනෙනවනේ මොකක් හරි. අන්නේ දැනීම පාවිච්චි කරනවා අර දුවන හිත වළක්වලා හොඳට මේ වර්තමානට හිත ගන්න. ඒක තුළ තමයි අපි හොඳට නිකන් තහවුරු වීමක් වෙන්නේ. පතිත මේ පිහිටීමක් වෙන්නේ. සතිය පිහිටුවා ගැනීමක් වෙන්නේ. ඒතර ඒක හරහා සතිය පිහිටුවා ගත්තට පස්සේ ඕන දැන් කාලයක් යනකොට නිකන් අපි තුළ විශ්වාසයක් ගොඩ නැගිනවා. දැන් නම් හිත සෑහෙන කීකරුයි. දැන් එහෙම දුවන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් මාත් එක්කම හිත ඉන්නවා. එහා කොනට යනකොටත් පුළුවන්, හැරෙනකොටත් පුළුවන්, එනකොටත් පුළුවන්, ආයිත් යනකොටත් පුළුවන් කියලා අර Tamanට දැන් අකණ්ඩව සතිය පිහිටි බවක් දැනෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට පුළුවන් මේ මම තෝරගත්ත අරමුණට අමතරව තව මොනවද තියෙන්නේ කියලා හොයලා බලන්න. ඒ වගේ පියවරෙන් පියවර යන්න ඕනේ ඉතින්. දිනු කරගෙන යන්න. නිකන් හිටියට වැඩක් මදි ඉතින්. සුවපහසු ඉරියව්වේ ඉඳද්දි මොනවද දැනෙන්නේ? එතකොට පස්සද්ධියට යන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ හිත සංසුන් වීමකට යනවා. ඒක විතරක් ප්‍රමාණවත් නැහැ හැබැයි. ඒ දැන් සංසුන් වෙන්න මොකද්ද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ? ඔහේ නිකන් ඉරියව්වට හිත දාන් ඉන්න එකද කරන්නේ? හරි. එතකොට ඒක නොදැනී යනවද? හරි. ඒ වෙනකොට නිකන් ඔහේ සුවෙන් ඉන්න කැමති. කමක් නැහැ. ඒක කියන්නේ පැති කීපයක් නිසා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. තාම හරියටම එකපාරටම කියන්න බෑ මේ හොඳ නුවණක් කරහා මේක වෙනවද? නැත්නම් හිත නිකන් එකඟ වීමක් කරහා සමතයක් කරහා මේක වෙනවද කියලා නිකන් මට හැඟෙන්නේ නම් තාම නිකන් සමත මට්ටමක් තියෙන්නේ කියලා. තව ටිකක් නුවණ දියුණු වෙන පැත්ත අපි දියුණු කරන්න ඕනේ. තව ඉස්සරහට ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ හින්දා වාඩි වෙලා ආනාපාන සතියෙන් ඔහොම චුට්ටක් හිත හැදුනහම කයේ මොනවද දැනෙන්නේ කියලා වගේ තව ටිකක් බලන්න. අර කියන එක ඇත්ත. කියන්නේ කයේ විවිධ දැනීම් තියෙනවානේ. දැන් හිතන්න දැන් ඔය මයික් එක අල්ලන් ඉන්නවා. එතන දැනීමක් තියෙනවානේ. අන්නේ දැනීම් වලට හොඳට අවධානය නැවත නැවත යොමු කර පොඩ්ඩක් ඒවා විමසා බැලීම තුළ තමයි නුවණක් වැඩෙන්නේ. අපිට ඒ කියන්නේ විපස්සනා නුවණක් කියන එකේ ඒක අපි කියන්නේ හොඳට ඉන්වෙස්ටිගේට් කරනවා කියලා හොඳට විමසා බලනවා කියලා. ඒක නිකන් හිතට හුරු කරලා දෙන්න ඕන. නැත්තම් හිත හරි කම්මැලි. හිත නිකන් අර හැදෙන නිකන් මේ සංසුම් බව තුළ යා ඔහේ ඉන්නවා. ඒක ප්‍රමාණවත් නැහැ. ඒ හිතන හැදෙන සංසුම් බවට අපි එකතු කරන්න ඕනේ විමසා බැලීම කියන එක. ඒ කියන්නේ හිත හොඳට තියුණු කළා, එකඟ කළා, ඒ එකඟ භාවය පාවිච්චි කළා මේවා විමසන්න ඕනේ. විමසීම තුළ තමයි නුවණක් වැඩෙන්නේ. තුන්ක් කලාවට වෙන්නේ කට්ටියේ විමසන කයල්ල කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඊට වඩා කැමති අර සංසුම් බව තුළ නිකන් ඔහේ සැහැල්ලුවෙන් ඉන්න. ඇත්තටම විමසීම හරහා ලැබෙන ගොඩනැගෙන නුවණත් අන්තිමට ගෙන අරගෙන යනවා ඔය සංසුම් බවකට. ඒක වෙන පැත්තක්. එතන තියෙන්නේ නුවණත් සමතයත් මේ ඔක්කොම එකතු කරලා හදාගත්ත හොඳ මේ තහවුරු වෙච්ච තැත්තක්. ඉතින් අපි මේ මුලින්ම හැදෙන නිකන් අර සංසුම් භාවය ප්‍රමාණවත් නැහැ. ඒක තුළ නිකන් ඔහේ හිටියා කියලා ප්‍රමාණවත් නැහැ. ඒ හින්දා වාඩි වෙලා ආනාපාන සති ටිකක් වඩලා ඊට පස්සේ නිකන් කයේ දැනෙනවා නම් පුංචි දැනීම් මෙහෙම ඒවා බලන්න ගන්න. නැත්නම් වේදනාව දැනෙනවා නම් ඒවත් බලන්න ගන්න. නැත්නම් හිත ඔහේ නිකන් සංසුන්ගේ ඉන්නවා නම් චුට්ටක් ඉඳලා බලන්නත් පුළුවන්. දැන් හිත තුල නිකන් කය තුල නිකන් ඉපිල යාමක් සුවයක් දැනීමක් ප්‍රීති ස්වභාවයක් එහෙම එනවද? ඒවා බලන්න දැන්. හරි. හරි. එහෙම කරගෙන යන්න. ඒ කරගෙන යනකොට හිතන්න දැන් සතුටක් ප්‍රීතියක් දැනෙනවා කියලා. පුළුවන් නම් ඒක දැනෙන්න ඉඩ දීලා පොඩ්ඩක් වෙලා ඒක තුල ඉඳලා ඊට පස්සේ එළියට ගන්න හිත. හිත එළියට අරගෙන ඒක දිහා බලන්න පුළුවන් නම්. ඒතකොට අපි ඒක ඒ ගොඩ නැගෙන සතුට ප්‍රීතිය අපි පාවිච්චි කරනවා විපස්සනාවකට. ඒක තුලම නිකන් ඔහේ ඉන්නව වෙනුවට පොඩ්ඩක් නිකන් එළියට ඇවිල්ලා ඒක දිහා බලනවා. දැන් අපි ආනාපානයේ දිහා බලන්නේ පැත්තකින් ඉඳගෙන. සක්මන් කරන්න කයට ඉඩ දීලා අපි පැත්තකින් ඉඳන් බලන්නේ. අන්න ඒ වගේ. ඒතර මේ කය තුල හිත තුල ප්‍රීතිය ගොඩ නැගෙද්දී ඒ ප්‍රීතිය දිහා පැත්තකින් ඉඳන් බලනවා. අන්න ඒ වගේ ක්‍රමයක් හදාගන්න පුළුවන් නම් හොඳයි.
Anyone else? We have more than half an hour. Swaminasa.
Hari, ahina.
Earlier, I mean about 4-5 years ago, I used to sat once in the morning and one session at afternoon. Now actually I feel like sitting.
Not necessary.
Not that much
necessary.
Producing anything, right?
Correct.
And I don't know whether I lost my meditation. Sometimes I feel I'm not meditating.
Right. That's okay. The thing is, so we are following a kind of a strict schedule, and as much as possible we are sort of engage in meditation, and as a result of that we are developing some amount of wisdom. Ultimately, when things are abandoned, relinquished, so it's a matter of maintaining that. It is not when we sit that the meditation grows. Rather, it's an ongoing process. So meditation is no more an external activity to our life. So it is an inbuilt characteristics of the life. So from the moment that I wake up till I go to sleep, so I am fully aware of what is happening. So you are aware of what is happening. So since we already discussed, that's why I am immediately connecting to you. This is not a advice that I am giving to beginners, but since you are here for many couple of years and we discussed already what you are going through. So this is the kind of a process. So ultimately we arrive kind of a state. So is the meditation happens? So the mind will ask, because we used to do meditate, right? Meditating, so doing something, meditating, sitting, walking, meditating. But now it's very much like we are adjusting ourselves. How to adjust ourselves, how to recognize various thoughts coming in. It's a kind of a navigation through the life, so without getting attached to anything. Now no need. That's what I am saying. So, I mean, various processes are there available to arrive this state. So once you get more and more familiar with this state, now you can forget about these different methods and ultimately establish at this state. Immediately now you can put your mind there. It is available for you. After some time you feel it is available. Why should I use all these different mechanisms to arrive at this? No need. So now it's a matter of just be there, arrive there, live there, and while you are in a more relaxed, unattached living, let the mind play. If mind is well behaved, well, no problem, nothing to do. If mind, since we have given it complete freedom, suppose now when we are seeing something, now it is jumping to that particular object, start thinking and attaching, talking, and all these things are there. Now your mindfulness will have to indicate that, okay, the fellow has again, left the home and now get involved with all these different things, naughty things. And now it is your duty to take it back. Or to let go of that attachment, that excitement, agitation, and let go of that and return back and stay in this unattached state. So, exactly. So, I mean, as we get familiarized, so there is nothing much to do for you to return here. Once you are aware, okay, it has gone there and it is doing something unnecessary, and once you look at it, so your mind will automatically return back. Is it happening like that?
Yeah.
Fine,
And
that's
now
okay.
I can recognize the gap between the thought and the verbal thing.
Right.
And then at that time can decide we have to tell this so, we have to shut up. No,
Sorry, can you talk it loud?
I can just realize a gap
Right.
between the thought and the verbal thing or the react or that thing.
Fine.
There's a little bit of gap, and in that gap I can, as I did, should I have to say this? Should I not to do this? I can decide on that.
Fine, it's okay. I mean, let the mind recognize, understand what's really going on, how you are contributing, how you are sometimes get deluded by things, and how these thoughts are trying to tempt you, and why these thoughts are coming, what are the defilements hidden in these thoughts. So those are the areas that we now need to further explore. Now, when a particular thought happens, so why that particular thought happened? So how there is a inner tendency in that thought to assure that there is a person, to promote kind of a personality. So those are the kind of bait available in that thought. So if we get caught, then we are very much like again deluded. But if we are well aware, okay, this is the thought, there is a delusion factor there, there's a possibility to get caught, so you are somewhat careful, and carefully you observe it, and as a result of that it may slowly fade away. Then all right.
These thoughts comes because of what we heard earlier
what we
Plan.
read earlier
Ah.
and what we thought. I just realized something like that.
Fine, no problem. It depends on you. Maybe another time you may think differently. So we can't have a kind of a strict schedule in that. So the mind will play many different ways. Let it play and recognize. Because when it is playing, then only you can recognize, okay, still it has this kind of defilements. It has this kind of defilements. These are different inner traits. So in order to understand these different inner traits, we have to give it full freedom to play. Then only we can recognize, okay, this fellow still has these drawbacks, these shortcomings. No problem. You are forgiving and understanding, and then slowly, very much like correcting you. It's like looking after children again.
Sorry?
Looking after children again. Correcting them. Like a mother.
Anyone else, please? That's all done.
That's all, no? Okay. So I think we have spent almost half an hour. And then if there is no any other question, then we'll wind up the session here. Any question from Vishwa and you? Nothing? You have? Okay.
Sorry, Bhante, I wasn't sure if I could, if it was appropriate to ask a question here. But I spending 2 months in seclusion in Imadura. There was a period of getting used to it when I first went there. It was very difficult.
Right.
I was so used to meditating in a group at Nissarana. And I related to the Vanaya who said that she can't meditate without Dhammajiva, Bhante or you in front. And I felt the same as well. Like if I meditate by myself, I just zone out. It doesn't happen very well. So I tried setting up sessions with Akshan.
Right.
So I wonder, do you actually get used to the seclusion to meditating by yourself, or is it actually better to be meditating in a group all the time?
Not all the time. So at the beginning we are getting a lot of energy, a lot of encouragement when we are doing a group sitting, because meditation is difficult and it requires more energy, and mind don't want to do it, but we are pushing it to do it because we rationally understood its value, but mind is not ready. So when we are doing a group sitting, then it's very much like a persuasion, very much like a motivation coming from the outside. Yeah, I also have to do it. I also have to do it. Something like that. It's a kind of a motivation. So that's why the group sittings are very important. But later, the mind will understand. Mind becomes more and more mature. So it itself has the energy to meditate alone. It will ask for you to now, I need some seclusion. I want to do my, say, individual session. I want to sit separately. It will ask. Till that, you have to do a group sitting. That is much better.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I want to sit alone as well. Like I can spend especially during the evening, like sitting alone is much better.
Yeah.
But in the morning, I think.
No problem. So in the morning, if you feel sleepy and not much encouragement, not much energy to sit, then come and participate in the group sitting, and do with the group. It is very interesting and it is encouraging, and that energy developing is very beneficial. So that is necessary. But later when you feel, okay, I better do my own practice, that also you can do. You don't need to avoid that, because that is where mind wants to stand up, be confident. Without others' support, now your mind is now trying to develop its own capacity. So that also has to be encouraged. When it is not there, again coming back to group. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, then you have.
I also have experienced it. My first retreat was at Kalalgoda for 10 days.
Right.
And that was my first meditation experience also. But within that 10 days, I really improved, and I really thought it's the vibes. Is it like everybody?
We can say like that. Everybody is sitting,
vibes.
so it's inviting us also to
That's-
participate.
yeah.
It's very beautiful. I mean, everyone is trying their
Positive
best, and
vibes, like.
and it is nothing that we are meditating to gain and fame and all this something material. No, it's kind of inner development, kind of an innocent attempt that we are going through. So it's internally then we get kind of a motivation. Yeah, let me also participate in this. It's a very beautiful environment. So it's pretty good. So actually that's group sittings are always encouraged. So for example, I mean both are there actually, group sittings as well as your individual practice, both are necessary. So when a group is available, doing a group sitting also very interesting. Yeah. Okay then. Then we'll wind up the session here and we'll start the Dhamma sermon at 4 p.m. Yeah, thank you.